What's up, guys? So, I am recording this pretty late. I apologize to you guys in advance. For NXT, instead of doing my NXT reviews like alone without anyone, I try to get them out like the night of NXT or at least the day after. So, like NXT airs Tuesdays, I try to get it out that night or at least Wednesday morning. This is Thursday night. I'm recording this, and it might be uploaded. And by the time it's uploaded, you guys might not get this till Friday morning, like 3 or 4 days late. The reason I want to tell you guys why. Um, Yesterday there was a family emergency. My stepdad had to go to the hospital, so because of that, we're all a little worried. So I kind of wanted to take a day and not record. That's why this is coming out a little later than usual this week. So I apologize for that. Next week it should be back to normal. Um, so again, this is gonna be uploaded Thursday night, maybe Friday morning, and then SmackDown will be that same night with my co-host buddy. So yeah. So even though like most of this week wasn't a lot of uploads, I'm kind of gonna make up for it by giving you a bunch this weekend. So yeah. So we're back. This is NXT, June 2nd, 2026. Usual place, Capitol Wrestling Center, Florida. And yeah, that's it for the intro. Let's get started with our first match. Alright guys, this first match, no, it's not Alexa Bliss, I put it on random, because I still cannot find Lizzie Rain in the community creation team. This first match, it's Lizzie Rain versus Zaria. They've been kind of feuding, but they have the Margaret title. This match happened. Pretty fun match, and as you would expect, they've been building her up for the title. Zaria won the match. Post match, Zaria lifts Lizzie Rain up to try to attack her. But by the way, during this whole match, Tatum is on Women's American Champion. Tatum is on commentary. So after the match, Zaria's pulling Lizzie Rain up. Basically, Tatum Paxley gets off the commentary desk and runs over, and she stops Zaria pretty much. She tells her to stop and says, Tatum says if Zaria wants to tell him that so bad, she can have it next week. So it's official. That's it for this segment. Solid, fun opening stuff. It was solid. It was fun. Tatum's reign's been fun, but I think Zaria might win. It's been building her up. She won the solo the feud. I think she might. Then we go backstage. The men's American champion, Myles, Borne, and Tavion Heights, the old tag partner, are hanging out in the back with Shawn, Legacy, and Dorian Van Dux. And Myles Borne tells them their match last week was so great they should run it back. But Tavion suggests they should team together and run like he and Myles used to, like in No Quarter Catcher. And that was really it. Then the Culling walk into the room, all three of them, Izzi, Dane, Shawn Spears, Niko, Vance, all three of them. And there's more tension about that. Their communication problems, more tension. Izzi Dane suggests the best thing to do is just to move on. The Culling don't make excuses. She's gonna get the title on the back burner because she has other business. Basically, she's saying, okay, she's gonna take a break and go over that belt. They have other business to handle. And Shawn Spears and Niko Vance should focus on winning tonight. And then, originally this next match was going to be Darkstate versus Myles, Borne, Tavion Heights. It was originally going to be Cutler, James, and Osiris, Griffin. But as they're making their entrance, Saquon Sugars comes out of nowhere and beats the hell out of Cutler James in the crowd. Cutler James is basically storyline hurt by Saquon Sugars. So now, the tag match is being postponed for later tonight, and it's not happening right now. Back in commercial break, we get hype for the Triple Mania ticket sales. Also, the announcement at the end of this month on CW, NXT's Great American Bash for the first ever CW Premium Live event for NXT. And Shawn Michaels calls off that tag match before the commercial break and stuff. It's not happening. So, now we get our next match, which is a different tag match. OTM. They've been building them up for the tag team title shot. I think they're going to beat the Valiant product for the tag titles. OTM, Brock and Neiman, and Prince versus the Cullings, Niko, Vance, and Shawn Spears. That's the next match right now. I apologize, guys. Not one of these 4 stars are even in the game. So, I'm saying something about the match. Um, it was solid, and toward the end, OTM won, which obviously, because they've been building them up for a tag and title shot. So yeah, they won with a double back suplex, and Bronco Nima pinned Shawn Spears. Pretty good. Then we go backstage. Tate Wilder's hanging out with EK Prosper. EK Prosper gives him a pep talk and tells him to fight smart, not fast. Tate Wilder says he has to do what he has to do in order to stand out, and that means taking chances. Then Kam Hendrix comes on, and Tate says he doesn't need his takes. Kam brags about starting at NXT the same time as Tate and already having a title match. And then Tate goes off, and then Kam slaps Prosper on the chest and says, it's a big night for him tonight. When Prosper's confused, Kam says he'll be able to tell his grandkids he was there the night Kam Hendrix won the NXT Championship. And Prosper tells him he hopes Tony D'Angelo beats his ass. And with that, that's the main event, we'll get to that. So, with that, we're going to our next match. This match as well, near stars in the game, I'm just going to continue talking. Tate Wilder versus the Vanity Project's Jackson Drake. At ringside is the rest of the Vanity Project, which is the tag champs, Swipe Right, Bradley Larry Smokes, and Mika Lockwood. Pretty fun match. Tate Wilder dives on all 3 of the men in the Vanity Project. Solid match, good back and forth, fun stuff. And in the end, Jackson Drake wins by pinfall. So, Jackson Drake and Klein Jordan, both of those 2 are on like winning streaks right now in singles matches. Like they're building these 2 up for something. Well, Kalani we already know for a little advice, but Jackson Drake, something going on here. Maybe challenges Myles Borne for North American title, who knows? Anyway, then we go backstage. NXT GM Robert Stone's in the back being interviewed. He hides a Great American Bash, and then Osiris Griffin rolls in, complaining about his match being called off, insisting he and Dion Lennox can go. Dion can fill in. Casper Troy comes in. Osiris is annoyed. Then out of nowhere, somebody blindsides Casper Troy with a chair, and knocks over the camera guy. So we can't even see who it is. We only get a good look. And when another camera comes back in, we see Darkstate's wrecked the rounds. They have wrecked everybody and they left. So basically it was them. They beat up everyone. And yeah, that's it. Then we go to commercial, we come back, and we go to our first promo of the night right now. Alright, so, the NXT Women's Champion, and also the AAA Mixed Tag Champ of Mr. Iguana, the NXT Women's Champion Little Advice comes out with a mic. She has a promo. She says last week she did exactly what she said she'd do, and she knocked out Izzi Dane to retain the NXT Women's Championship. Then she went to the AAA Noche de los Grandes Mask vs. Mask show, the Grande Americanos, and she proved that whether it's NXT or AAA, Lola Vice is a complete package. No matter the match, the challengers, the doubters, she continues to prove everyone wrong. But don't get it twisted. She didn't win the title out of luck, but rather because for 4 years she went to sleep every night envisioning her name on those side plates. And she did everything in her power to get there. She doesn't make excuses and she won't accept them for anyone else. So the big question is, who's next? Everywhere she turns, someone is eyeing her title, and she loves it. Because this title deserves women who are ready for it. But everyone who does will leave the same way, embarrassed and knocked out. Flying Jordan enters. They've been building her up. As I just said, they've been building her up. Kalani asks if this means she's finally going to get a shot at the title herself, because she's made it impossible to deny her any longer. Lola keeps calling herself undeniable, and she gets it. She went to AAA, made a name for herself, got some momentum, and came back to NXT and won the title. But what bothers her is their stories aren't so different. Lola Vice goes somewhere else and A Star is Born, but Kalani goes somewhere else and the rules change. She went to TNA and won the TNA Knockouts title from Li Ying Li. Instead of getting praised, she got questioned. The same people who applauded Lola's success couldn't wait to criticize hers, and that's why she got kicked out of the locker room. She's seen women come and go, and championship matches booked about her name even entering the conversation. What else does she have to do? She tapped out Lola Vice, beaten Ren Sinclair twice, beaten Kendall Gray. What else needs to happen? Lola says she wasn't TNA Knockouts World Champion for very long, but it was a year ago that Lola Vice was went to TNA. I mean to AAA. Sorry, guys. Really good promo from Kalani. Kalani's actually getting really good on the mic. I kind of wanted to win the title, honestly. She's been doing a good job. But then Kendall Gray enters with Ren Sinclair as the Speed Women's Champion. Kendall Gray says the problem is that Kalani isn't the only one who wants the title, and she's not going to let everyone She's not going to tell everyone why she deserves it because she's obviously earned it. She pinned Kalani Jordan and Lola Vice both in the Iron Survivor match last December, and then won the thing. So if anyone's up next, it's her. It's her. But before she works with the title, she has a written receipt for Kalani because of what she did at Rents last week. Well, so I'm sorry, Kendall, I love you, but the Iron Survivor is in December. And you already got your shot for winning it against JC Jane, and you lost in January. Just saying. Kalani Jordan then says, Kendall is responsible for that, and she just needs one chance to become champion, but Kendall can't win the big one. She's shown that multiple times. And Lola Vice gets frustrated in Spanish, and Lola says she's heard this before and doesn't want to hear it again. So she books Kalani Jordan and Kendall Gray next week, one-on-one in a number one contenders match, with the winner getting a title match against Lola for the NXT Women's Championship at Great American Bash. It's official. She goes to walk out, and then Kalani Jordan spins her around into an accidental back fist on Kendall Gray. That was fun. Good stuff. Then we get a little video for the Shallow Hill Christian Angels match next week. The Mr. NXT pageant next week should be very interesting. Excellent weirdo Shallow Hill shouting backstage at Tatum and Paxley, asking if that was too over the top. She says it's a pageant. It's supposed to be over the top. She wishes she'll be able to watch it, but what was happening if she has a match next week and all, defending her title? Charlotte suggests talking to Robert Stone about when in the show her match is on so she can triangulate. And if it then goes to do some raccoon business. Then Zaria blindsides Tatum in the back and throws her into some backstage stuff, and Charlotte runs back to run and call for help. Then back from commercial break, in the back, Mason Rook comes in on NXT Champion Tony D'Angelo. Tony asks if he's here to say he's going to get involved tonight, and Rook says no. He'll make no promises. Tony says he's going to take everybody out one by one. Mason says he's going to be the challenge he can't beat. And then Robert Stone comes in and says next week it'll be Mason Rook versus Naraku, with title implications. And Tony says if Mason Rook can beat Naraku, he'll cut the line. All three of Naraku's in the background, being evil. I hope you got the reference. Once again, guys, I'm sorry, but one person is in this game, in this next match, and one's not. So I'll just keep talking once again. Next match. After winning the Speed Men's Tournament, Moreno is getting a Speed Men's Championship match against the champion, Lexis King, right now, of the BirthRight faction, with the rest of them at ringside, which is Stack, Ariana Grace, Uriah Connor, Charlie Dempsey, they're all there. Fun match. Obviously, it was only 5 minutes because it's a speed match. And Lexis King won to retain the title in the end. That's it. Then backstage, Natty sees Jada Parker in the back. They've been doing this for a little bit, building this up. Natty says she didn't realize Jada Parker was so soft, and if Layla Diggs had a few more sessions, she would have won. Jada's less than mediocre. Jada says they should cut the crap and go fight in the parking lot, and Natty says she's not buying it. She sees right through all of it, and she knows Jada is scared because she knows that she's soft. And Tank letters in the background saying if somebody told him that, he would cry, and girls are ruthless. That's so funny, man. That's so funny, man. Then we go to Kiana Carver and talking to Tate Wilder in the trainer's room. EK Prosper says Tate might be reckless, but he's got the right idea, and somebody needs to shut up Kiana Carver. Kiana tells him to watch him stuff and walks away. Also backstage, Kendall Gray runs into Claire in the back, and Ren says she needs to focus on recovery, and Kendall needs to focus on being Kalani and getting after the title. Kendall Gray says she really wants to run into Claire at ringside, but Ren says she needs to do it alone. Then, that tag match from earlier that got delayed, it's happening now. Myles Borne, North American champion Myles Borne, and Tavion Heights team up once again against, just like the good old days, against Darkstate's Dion Onyx and Osiris Griffin. It was pretty fun, but in the end, Darkstate wins. The champion did not get pinned, though. They protected Myles, because Tavion Heights got pinned by Osiris Griffin. In post-match, Saquon Sugar threatens Darkstate with a baseball bat, and yeah, that was really it. And now, this match I can simulate. Let's go to our main event.
There's the bell in this championship.
Alright, main event time, guys.
Oh, yeah.
They've been building this for a couple weeks now. The NXT Champion Tony D'Angelo defends the NXT Championship against Kam Hendrix. Kam Hendrix, I like him. I watched a little bit of his, I watched a little bit of him in LFG when he was Anthony Luke still. He's alright. In ring wise, he's fine. Mike skills, he's fine. But he needs a damn character, man. I'm sorry, he's boring. He needs a better character. And in case you guys are wondering, Tony D'Angelo's reign. Again, this is 2 days later. So today, his NXT Championship reign is at 62 days. But during NXT, it was probably like at 60. And this is his... For NXT shows, it's his second defense, but overall shows, it's third. Yeah. Pretty fun match here. Nothing much happened besides Tony D'Angelo did retain. Because obviously, you mean The Rock and Mason Rock, and you see, like, you could tell, he got so much talent lined up for him. There's no way he was winning. He was losing this belt. Kam Hendrix, another thing about him, I feel like to me, he's like, he feels like a, he'd be challenging Myles Borne. He feels like a mid-carder to me. He doesn't feel like a main eventer. That's just me personally. I just don't really care for him. He's kind of just there for me. But, yeah. He's alright. Yeah, he just got called up to their own panic mode when the whole main roster crowd got, called up. Had to make some new names and new faces down here, So, I mean, yeah. I feel bad for him because, like, he's alright. I don't know. I know I'm rambling, guys. I'm sorry. But, yeah. What else? Sorry, guys, I had a brain fart. Post-match, after Tony wins and retains the title by pinning. Post-match, Naruki was the one to hand Tony his title belt. Bowing for him afterward, while Mason Rook looks up on commentary, hypes up the No Longer Title match for next week. Oh, that the show ends. Good. Let me see if there's any news I can talk to you guys. Here we go.
He clearly has no intention of staying down.
It's not about NXT, it's actually about the main roster. Reportedly, the league reportedly has plans for Roman Reigns' SummerSlam opponent for the World Heavyweight title. It's apparently going to be either Seth Rollins or Oblafemi. You got Smash, guys. Personally, I think it could be either one. Oblafemi would make sense because he always beat Brock in the third match at Saudi and Night Champions, then beat Roman on SummerSlam. But Seth Rollins and Roman, that could be fun, but that feels like WrestleMania to me. I'd actually rather Roman Oba at SummerSlam, because Roman and Seth Rollins feels like WrestleMania to me. That's just me personally, though. Guys, that's really all I got. I'm recording this Thursday night. At the time of this recording, we'll be back tomorrow, Friday, to record SmackDown Mimikos. It'll probably be uploaded the next morning on Saturday. So, yeah. That's really it. So, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. I'm going to go now, and I'll see you next time. And I'm out. Peace.